So most people will see that stocks are at all-time highs and they'll say crypto's dead because it hasn't really moved. But they fail to realize that this same exact setup has happened 3 cycles in a row already, where stock indexes like the SPX 600 are breaking out of all-time high territory, breaking out of major resistance, while Bitcoin and all of crypto is still significantly down from its all-time highs. This has happened already 3 times in a row. So, people will say this time's different, but as we can see with all these charts I've been showing for the last few months, this time really isn't different. The same patterns are starting to repeat again. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I'm seeing. If we go back to crypto's first cycle, which was 2012, 2013, the SPX 600 or the S&P 600, it had its first breakout of major resistance. And from the moment it had this breakout and went parabolic, this was kind of the start of our crypto bull run. We can see from the moment it broke out, Bitcoin was still down 50 to 60% from its all-time high territory. And then after that, as this continued to go up, Bitcoin went absolutely parabolic, and the rest of crypto followed. And then the second cycle, 2016, 2017, we can see that the SPX 600 broke out of its next major resistance zone in November of 2016. And in November of 2016, we can see that Bitcoin was down 40 to 50% from its all-time highs. That's pretty significant. And then after that, Bitcoin went parabolic. And of course, altcoins did too. And if we look at the third cycle, we can see that this broke out of major resistance in October and November of 2020, and Bitcoin still was down from its all-time highs. It was down about 10 to 20%. So not quite as much as the previous cycles, but it was still down, especially altcoins too. They were down significantly in like October, November of 2020, and then they started to go parabolic. And then if we look at this current cycle, we can see that we've had this major resistance that's been forming for like 5 years now, and it just barely broke out, as of a couple months ago. And actually today it made a new all-time high. And we can see that the Bitcoin chart is down roughly, 40% from its all-time highs. So that matches up pretty well with the first and second cycle. And even though it's not exactly the same as the third cycle, it's still down from its all-time highs. And altcoins have not done anything yet. So the purpose of this video is to show that we're having a very similar pattern play out where Bitcoin and especially altcoins are still down significantly from their all-time highs, even though, your small stock indexes are breaking out of all-time highs. But it's after this breaks all-time highs is when the appreciation happens for crypto. So it is my thesis that over the next 6 to 12 months, crypto is going to go parabolic as this continues to push to the upside.